Hey, Dr. Schneider here. Let me tell you something you probably never heard before. Your body is empowered by innate. It is a force that courses through your nervous system and keeps your vital organs functioning. These things right here. Today, we are going to be discussing if your nervous system could be interfered with, reducing function in the free flow of this innate force. Look at this. See that bone? As that bone gets out of position, you know what happens? It squeezes the nerve. And if that happens, there are three things that can occur. The bones will get locked up and will cause joint and disc degeneration. That's what this is. Look at the joints, look at the nerves, look at the discs. They're degenerating. Just like the front end of your car will get out of alignment and it'll wear out. Well, so will the discs and the bones over time. They will rot. This needs to be stopped. If the nerve is being squeezed or pinched, then it can run down your arms and down your legs and it can cause pain. But what most people don't understand or realize is some 90% of these nerves go from your spine to the organs and glands. And this is what makes your heart work, and your lungs and your stomach and your intestines and all these things function. So I'm 55 and I play all these crazy radical sports. I snowboard, I ski, I even skateboard. I have a skateboard that goes 20 miles an hour. Try not to go that fast. But I fall off and I get injured, but I recover from these injuries. You should be well, but let me ask you, you may have sinus problems and heart problems and lung problems and intestines and bladder and prostate and uterus. Hopefully not both together, right? So what is it? So you may eat healthy, right? And do the right things, and for example, you may get acid reflux. But I bet you know people who don't eat healthy and they don't have acid reflux. So it's not always just a diet and nutrition thing. Let me explain something. See that? That nerve right there is being trapped, it's being squashed, it's being squeezed. And that's what I find on patients. It's called a subluxation. It can put pressure on the stomach, and the stomach won't function right. Let me tell you my story. When I was a kid, I had a lot of health issues. I remember my mom taking me to the pediatrician, and he was concerned about a heart murmur that I had. It seemed like I was always getting sick, and I had all these GI problems. My stomach would like cramp up. One day when I was 26, I bent over, and I didn't walk for 2 weeks. And I was really an athletic person. I was thin, I was athletic, I was strong, I lifted weights, I jogged. And I bent over one day and I could not get up. I thought, what was this? So, I used to be a dietitian back then. I went to a chiropractor. However, he never explained this to me. I did not know that I should get together parts of my spine checked. I did not know that these other problems could come from these nerves being pinched, like this. I didn't know that could be the problem right there. So you know what happened? Well, literally a year later, I thought I was having a heart attack. I actually ended up in the hospital. I was 27, thinking I was having a heart attack. I actually went to an emergency room thinking I was going to die. I remembered the pediatrician that said I had a heart murmur. But I thought, I could deal with it, no big deal. I thought it would go away. Guess what? It did not. And at 27, I was experiencing some bad symptoms. I realized then that this took years for that to develop. But I did not know. My parents did not know that my heart murmur could have been treated years ago. So the day after I left the hospital, now I'm in chiropractic school, I went to one of my professors, and I was lucky because he knew about this. He showed me the autonomic nervous system chart. And lo and behold, he showed me how these nerves go right to my organs. And he checked me. He found pinched nerves. He found that was occurring right like that in my middle back. Now think about it. Maybe if these nerves get pinched, possibly, it could cause this, right? You need to be checked. This is what I do in my office. So think about it. So I have all these problems. You know, my nerves get pinched, but I don't get pain. I get heart palpitations. I get stomach cramping. I get digestive issues. So I started getting these areas adjusted, took the pressure off the nerves. Guess what happened? I got well. My heart palpitations, they went away. My stomach cramps quit. My digestive function, it went back to normal. Here's what I discovered then. I met Natalie years ago. She had asthma from the time she was a child. For 29 years of her life, she suffered with asthma. Nerves, lungs, right? Her lungs did not work. She actually took drugs. She was in and out of the hospital. It would get so bad that I had to rush her to the hospital 2 or 3 times a year. So I told her about this. I said, hey Natalie, maybe this could be it. This could be causing it. Maybe you've got this going on. Maybe the nerve is being pinched. This is what I find in patients. The nerve is being pinched, choked. That could be the cause of her asthma, I thought. I checked her, and lo and behold, she had this also. So I adjusted her. Within 90 days, she was like, oh my God, I can really breathe good. And I thought, oh my God. And here's another thing that we discovered by accident. She stopped getting adjusted, like a lot of people do. They're like, hey, I feel good. Guess what happened? Her asthma came back. So we knew it was this. Take the pressure off the nerve, take the pressure off the nerve, and the lungs will heal. And then you have to keep it off. So she has been asthma-free ever since then, for 20-some years. And you know, we have an amazing family, and we were having kids back then, and I didn't want my kids to get sick, right? Asthma, like my wife had, heart problem. My kids have heart murmurs and GI problems. I wanted them to be healthy. And you might have kids, right? If this can help my wife and I stay healthy, what if I did the same with my kids? And what if I did it then? I'm like, oh my gosh, it just made sense. So I studied pediatrics. And I found that if I kept their spine in adjustment, pressure off the nerves, they're going to stay healthy. And guess what happened? My kids had, and they still have, amazing health. We did not have to depend on medications. They never developed asthma. They never got GI problems. They never got heart problems. And now they're adults, and they still get checked and adjusted. It is amazing. And you know what? That's something to think about.